Getting a guy to chase you is so freaking simple, you guys, and I'm gonna break it down for you in 5 easy steps. These are according to psychology based on the book The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. This is like the secret sauce that all hot girls use to get a guy to fold and chase after her. This is that black cat energy that all women strive to have. So the first point is you have to make a man feel powerful. When you make him feel like he is powerful and he's like this conqueror that all men as little boys were raised to be, it's this Roman Empire thing they're obsessed with, then he feels like he gets to be the hero and he finally gets to be what he was destined to be. And who made him feel like that? You did, babe. And that makes you irreplaceable to any man. And the crazy thing is, this is so incredibly simple. All you have to do is ask him to open a jar when he's over at your house. When you have a man do something for you like that, the testosterone in his body increases. This bonds you in him. Another great way to do this is to have him fix something in your apartment. If you're texting long distance, ask him to help you solve a problem at work, or send him photos of several outfits you have and ask for his help picking one out. Just giving him the opportunity to be the hero. A lot of women, I understand, feel like they're being too much or they're being too difficult. But the irony is men love women like this. Women they get to show up for, women they get to be the hero for. When you show up and act like the nice girl, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You know what the nice girl gets? She gets his like late night text when he's bored. The girl he's actually chasing after, the girl he yearns for, the girl he will do anything for, the dream girl, she is not afraid of being difficult because she knows she deserves top tier treatment and literally nothing less. It's so empowering, you guys, because your dream relationship, it starts in here. It starts with your mentality and your mindset and the way that you viewed yourself. When you know you deserve only princess treatment, that's what you get. And men love women like this. That's the lie that you've been told. You've been taught that if you're the nice girl, if you accept all his lame behavior, if you're not too difficult, then he's going to value how easy you are. But it never works like that. He wants the woman he has to work hard to obtain. 2, this is one that men are going to deny tooth and nail. When you tell a man no, particularly any affluent man, because they are so unused to hearing that word. And a lot of times when they hear the word no, they see it as a challenge. How can they turn the no into a yes? Because when you say no, respectfully, I'm not telling you to like be rude to somebody, that's not hot vibes. But when you stand up for yourself, what you're indirectly saying is, I respect myself. I hold myself in the highest regard. I hold my opinion over yours, hot girl energy again. And then his ego steps in. And it's not even about you anymore. It's how can he prove to himself that he can get this girl that doesn't want him. It's similar to the way as a woman, I would guess you probably like the guy that doesn't just hand over his attention super willingly to you. It's probably the guy who you have to work for a text back, or you have to wait up, a few hours for him to respond. It means more because it's more sparing. When you say no, then your yes means more to him. Once you tap into using a man's ego to your advantage, you're smooth sailing as a woman. 3, this is gonna come off as a little toxic, but you guys, facts are the facts. This one is creating love triangles. Think about if you went to a restaurant and nobody was eating at the restaurant. Would you just walk up and want to eat there? No. We all want to eat at restaurants that are really busy, because if everyone wants to eat there, it's really desirable to eat there, then the food must be really good. And on top of that, think about really popular restaurants. There's clout to eating at them. Like, who goes to Nobu and doesn't post it? Very few people. Make yourself that high-end restaurant. How do you do that? It's very simple. You use jealousy to your advantage as a woman. I'm not advising that you bring a guy along just to make the guy you like jealous. It could be that, honestly. But you could easily just bring around a guy that you're friends with that's also really attractive, to instill a little bit of jealousy in the guy you like. You could also let him see maybe a text from a coworker who's really attractive, or maybe somebody in the past that he's been jealous of. Use this very sparingly, because once you get into the jealousy games with a guy and you're making each other jealous, it's all downhill, like there's no winning in that scenario. It has to be in small ways, and it has to come off as indirect. You're not trying to mastermind these situations to make the guy you like jealous. It's just, you're so desirable. Like, what can you do? That's the vibe. And he wants to be the man to nail you down. And on top of that, your value goes up to him, because if every guy wants this girl, you, then you must be of higher value than he initially thought. And like the example of Nobu, it must mean a lot to be the guy to nail you down. And then when he gets you, he's gonna feel really proud, like he was the one who got to date you out of all of these men pursuing you, even if that's not really the case. You're just providing that illusion. Or it's creating little boundaries. When you create these little boundaries between you and him becoming a couple, then again, his ego steps in and he wants to overcome these obstacles. This is a huge difference between men and women, all right? Women, you don't want obstacles in the way. You want to get what you want as fast as possible. Men secretly like and yearn for obstacles, because then when they overcome them, they get that dopamine rush of accomplishing something. Remember, men, little boys, bred to be achievers. They want that reward. They want that first place trophy. Nobody wants a participation trophy. Like, what do you do with that? You throw it in the trash. First place, something you had to work for, you hang that up because you're so proud of it. And you can give a man the same satisfaction with you by creating little boundaries. So it's not super easy for him to obtain you. This could be telling him like, oh, we're in the same friend group. I don't know if it would work out. Or if you were friends before, you could say, well, I don't know. I'm worried about us ruining our friendship. Even if you don't care, even if the whole point of you becoming friends with him was to eventually date him, you're just giving like that little boundary of like, oh, I don't know how it can work. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet vibes. Obviously not as intense as that, but then he wants to overcome that or figure out a solution for it. And it's almost like a little boy being told he can't have something, then he wants it even more. And the fifth way is using his adrenaline to your advantage. In studies, they had participants walk over a rickety bridge, and then they had a second group walk over just a normal bridge. And after they both walked over the bridge, they had to rate photos of the opposite sex on attractiveness. The ones who were on the rickety bridge, therefore they had their adrenaline running, they perceived the photos of women as more attractive. So you can use this to your advantage by doing some kind of novel activity. This could be an escape room, this could be skydiving, this could literally be like a fun hike. This is why a lot of times online people say, oh, men like women who stress them out, but that's really misleading, because a man doesn't want a woman who stresses him out the way that he gets stressed out at work. Like when he's losing sleep and he's slowly balding because he's like so stressed about the future. Who wants to be around someone like that? Like, that's not a hot, seductive energy. The hot, seductive energy is like, oh, my blood is pumping, like I need you now. Like, that's the vibe. And that's what you give him when you're doing activities that release adrenaline, not like playing mind games with him that stress him out. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to schedule a one-on-one with me via the link in my bio.